ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Morning Hustle and Headkrack After Hours, man. The three talented brothers, man, who are getting it done. And they have a brand new project that's getting ready to go for the pre-release now, so it's going to drop in October. Tate Entertainment's own Lorenz Tate, Lamar Tate, LaRon Tate. Brothers, what up?
What's up?
Good. What's good? What's good?
Yo, it is always dope to see, us out there getting our own thing, and especially to be able to keep it in the family the way you guys have been doing. Because you guys have been quietly throwing stuff out there that we've been watching on Netflix, and we had no idea.
Yeah. Sometimes, we just got to go ahead and be about it as opposed to just talking about it. We find ourselves in an industry, man, where there's a lot of chit chat and a lot of things that people are trying to do, and that's great. But we want to get beyond the trying part. We want to just go right into it and get it, So sometimes, there are projects that people know or aware of that we're doing, and then there's sometimes, we just, a little bit under the radar, because for us as a, production company, as a team, it's about, creating content and putting stuff out there that, is meaningful to us. Those things, hang on a second. I just told my bros the other day, I was like, yo, man, no one comes into my office when I'm doing my thing. And of course, somebody didn't get the memo.
It be like that. That's the new quarantine life we in right now, man.
Let me tell you this. No, they can't do nothing now. All four of my children about to get it. You know what I'm saying? They know not to. They know not to come in here anyway. So what we sometimes we just want to be able to do the kinds of things that mean a lot to us, and we want to get things out there, man, and get it going. So that being said, there are things that people are seeing. There are things that people may or may not know about. What can I say, man? We're really excited about the projects that we got coming up. There's some things that we have, set to be released this year, and some other stuff that's happening next year as well.
Now, I've seen y'all in various degrees of the acting spaces, you know what I mean? What all do y'all bring together as a production duo? Because people don't understand what happens on the other side of the camera sometimes. So, what all part does everybody play in bringing these projects to fruition?
You guys, I've been talking.
Yeah. Okay, all right. I'm good with just letting these brothers talk, man. Sometimes, on a day-to-day, I run the company, so that can entail from setting up meetings with studios, from sitting down, taking meetings with writers, finding projects, and presenting it to the team and deciding how to move forward. So initially what typically happens is we find a project that we all can, get behind. Sometimes it's a two to one vote. You got to live with that, because this is how we rock. It's like majority rules. And from there, whether it's a scripted idea in terms of television or in terms of film, or the audio space, because we're in the audio space, we're multi-faceted media company, and I present it to the guys, or they present it to me. We sit back, analyze, decide whether or not we want to do it, and then we move forward. Once we get it gets the green light within the company, then it's about executing the steps in terms of putting it actually into motion to actually bring to fruition on screen or through, the audio space.
Right. Yeah. A lot of people don't know the process that it takes, man, just to, to get from an idea, concept, to putting it on page, to, getting it set up. That's one of the toughest things, to actually get somebody to believe in the idea or the story you like to tell. And trying to be able to put together crews and all the experts in order to tell that story in the very best way you can. And it is challenging on top of that, depending on your resources, your financial, budget and all that other stuff. And then getting it out to market, man. it's a long process. And when LeBron says that he's the day-to-day guy, he does all the stuff that Lamar and I don't want to do.
Crossing the T's, dotting the I's.
All of the above.
You need that. You need that because things fall apart when you don't have somebody handling the administrative business and the things that put it together. Now, Lamar, out of the three of y'all, who is the toughest to impress with these ideas? Because I'm sure y'all get people running down on y'all pitching stuff all the time.
You know what? It's a collective decision making upon us, man. I think that the beauty is that we have three brilliant brains and we unite them and come as one to make a majority decision, as LaRon has spoke on. When other people or outside projects come about, to say to impress, it has to impress us all. It is Lorenz gave you the process we have to go through. That script, that project has to be meaningful. It has to be something that can touch the core of the audience. We not just us, but we look at it for what the audience will be getting. And so that, side of it, as well as the, like he said, and when it comes to somebody purchasing that product, you got to have all those components together. And so to say who it impresses, man, it takes all of us. We all have to be, on unison with that one.
Got you. Now, the new project you guys got dropping in October, which you can pre-order officially on September 23rd, is called Business Ethics.
Yes,
That's a very important thing to have, especially in the space, place, and time we're in right now. What's it about? Because I read it's a dark comedy, thriller, two things that I love a lot. So how does this come together?
We are always looking for cool projects to do. As an actor, I'm always looking for something that, will challenge me. And we came onto this actually to produce this film. It was a short film, and they were going to turn it into a full-length feature. We sat down with the director. I had a really good meeting, and the original movie was about a middle-aged money manager in a financial world. And when they decided to do it as a fully feature, it was thought like who would be the best person for to play this role. And at the time, I'm like, I'm not a 50-year-old guy, but it just seems like it was the natural thing for me to do because I had so many ideas of what I would do if I was in the movie. And the director and I hit it off, and it was like, yo, it would be best for me to be the main guy in this film because we don't, couple reasons. One, we don't see a lot of Black stories about, Black men in the financial space, in a space that is predominantly white, and, how does he sort of thrive in this? And the story about Business Ethics is really about a guy who is like the smartest guy coming out of his university, smartest guy in the room. He works at a top money management firm. He's doing well, but through some shady business, the company collapsed, and he's faced to find a way to build his life back up because he loses everything, and he's forced to kind of consider a decision. Should he just start off again from the bottom, or should he just try to get to the top as quickly as he can in this financial world? And what he does is he decides to do a scheme, a Ponzi scheme, to scam clients out of their money. And he has always thought, from an intellectual standpoint, what is the real moral compass here? Is cheating people out of money, or just the money world? It's a big game. It's a big cheat anyway. Is it such a bad idea if he does good things with the money, or, he lives a certain kind of life? And it wouldn't be a movie if we didn't have him actually scam people out of their money, and he does it well. And so it's some real cool stuff about this brother in this world, in this space. And I just thought it would be really dope. I like the idea of it being kind of a thriller. It got some, some humor to it, but also underneath it all is this dramatic, theme of morally, is he doing something right? And does money really breed evil and greed and all these things that we don't see the other side of money sometimes when people are successful?
Got you. I mean, we're living in the era of scam right now. And I mean, anything between, I don't know if you ever get those emails about like the Susu, like, hey, if you put $100 in, you could possibly get $800. You don't really know.
Right.
You get those emails like, a Nigerian relative died and you're a prince where you come from. Like, and people fall for this stuff, especially the elderly, which frustrates me. Because, like, I remember one time my grandmother called me and, hey, have you been in an accident? Because someone just called me and said that I had to wire them some money so they could operate.
Wow.
Like, no, grandma. But they, Ponzi schemes work on so many different levels, man.
Yeah,
right, exactly.
But let me just say this: with this particular movie, the character that I play is Zachary Cranston. Man, his stakes are really high. He's he's beyond the $800. He's in the $20 and $50 million range. You know what I'm saying? He in the 100 million range. He's like really, and his lifestyle reflects that. Like he really does something, and that's what I thought was really cool. Let's really push the envelope here and raise the stakes, and to put me in the center of that, what it represents, just being a brother who's in the corporate space, a powerful person, and he's playing the game that he's learned from other people who don't look like him, but he's doing really well at it. You know what I mean? So it's interesting. It's some cool stuff.
Sounds dope. Can y'all all tell me a situation where y'all have gotten schemed out of money? Not necessarily like, the $20, $30 million like scheme, but like, what's the situation where y'all got?
The ex-girlfriends, or saying
whatever story is near and dear to y'all heart.
The only scheme I can remember personally is a three-car money.
Where at?
Got me on the bus. My last $10, I thought I was winning, man. Right there, I was like, yo, don't gamble. I've witnessed schemes where a guy was like, hey man, did this to one of my cousins. He was like, I need you to hold this $5,000 in this bag. But you got to give me 200. I'm giving you 5, you hold 2, don't open the bag. So my cousin calls my uncle. He was like, yo man, I got $5,000. He was like, open the bag, man. He was like, no, he told me not to open the bag. He opens the bag, it's paper. Paper.
On, man. Why would he not open the bag?
Trustworthy.
Part.
That's the thing about schemes. They prey on people who will just use their trust against them. And that's what the whole Ponzi game is. Is like when you invest your money into the stocks, it's all a gamble. And you're trusting that you're going to get a return on that dollar. And the Cranston character that Lorenz plays, he's a good salesman. Now that money don't come back, or does it?
And he's smart enough to put the right kind of people around him, because he's not going to do it alone. So he has to put all the top people, experts around him, and he's borrowing from Peter to pay Paul, but it actually hits, and it keeps hitting, and it's the craziest thing. And through this whole journey, through every step, he's going to get caught. He's going to get caught. And it even surprises him, because he's like, I'm going to get caught. But when he doesn't get caught, it just kind of goes to his head, So it's kind of the scam. You ask scams and schemes. I currently get them every day from my 4 children. Okay. I have 4 and brothers. I don't know if it's in the bloodline. I don't know what it is. Something like they scheming every day, and they're smart enough, as I just mentioned, they do it together. Doing it individually, nah. When they're able to get a plan and they want to scheme on myself and my wife, my 4 sons they cold-blooded with it. You know, they created the oldest brother, kind of, you know, get about the 2 oldest, they'll get the young ones, you know, and my 14 and my 12-year-old, right, and then my 6-year-old come in with the whole thing, and then all they have to do is bring my 2-year-old, and it's a wrap. So they good. They scheming everything.
Yo, makes the dream work. What about you, Lamar?
Man, you know, same thing from the bus back in the day, you know, on the bus, thinking I'm getting ready to go drop it at the mall. Next thing you know, I'm dropping it in somebody else's pocket on 3-car money.
That, you know, and that'd be the crazy thing, because like you will see someone win and you think, oh, and you don't even realize the person that won was in
on it.
Yeah, they together. You find out later, trust me. I had a cousin on the bus with me, and we was getting ready to wreak havoc up in there. But I was like, man, they got about 3 dudes, man. I'm going to go ahead and let that money ride, bro.
So is that an LA thing, or is that back when you were still in Chicago?
Shit, mine
LA.
Mine was in Cali.
Yeah. Yo, because I've never, like, I'm a New York kid originally, and I've never seen that done on the train. I've seen people shoot dice on the train. I've never seen 3-car money on the bus. I've seen it on corners, seen it in Vegas, never seen it on the bus. So I need to be on the lookout for that.
Man, don't go to the back of the bus, bro. That's where it all goes.
They all go down to the back of the bus.
All kinds of
well, with this movie getting ready to come out, man, like, you know, I don't think I've ever seen you, like, you know, in a movie not with someone who is like stunningly beautiful and attractive and a lit cast. Who else is in this as well?
Well, you know what? This is interesting, man. We do got some fly, you know, actresses and some great actors in it. This is something that, you know, we wanted to do and put a lot of, you know, new faces on. We wanted to really try to do something that was kind of cool and create a world where, you know, so many familiar actors will take you out of what we're trying to do. We want to do, like, I thought, like, for instance, you know, Straight Outta Compton did a really great idea, as opposed to flooding that movie, you know, with a bunch of known actors. They came in, gave a bunch of new faces. But there are some familiar faces that, you know, you will probably recognize from some TV shows and some films. But we wanted to just really do this on our own, man. And this is a film that was done totally independent. You know, obviously we tried to come to Hollywood, and we do business in Hollywood, but, you know, there are a lot of times when you are passionate about something, you certainly just want to be able to get that product out there. And so, as opposed to asking for permission, we just was able to connect with our partners who, you know, help write and direct this movie and finance the film. And we just said, yo, we're just going to go straight to market on our own. And that's something that has been instilled in us very early on with our parents. It's like, if there's something you want to do, sometimes you just got to do it on your own and find people who are like-minded around you, who understand what the goal is. And sometimes we deal with Hollywood and it's a hurry up and wait, and we just waiting. It's a process. But the audiences and the consumers, they want it. And we agree with the fact that we want to put content out there, and it's the content that we think is dope, that we think is fly. It's the characters in the world that we want to create. So we went at it 100% independent, and we're distributing it independently as well, man. You know, on various platforms.
Even do that, like Issa Rae. I don't know if you got a chance to watch the Emmys, but Issa Rae, like, you know, spoke about that at the Emmys, about like how, like, you know, you had these white execs telling them what stories Black people want to hear. And the crazy thing is, like, it's so dope that you brothers have the power to be able to put our stories out and tell them, you know. And also to the untrained eye and ear, people would assume because you guys have been in the business for a long time, everything is a green light, but y'all still do have to take these meetings and kind of fight y'all way through to get y'all, you know, get y'all stuff out though, right?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's nonstop, man. And for us, one of the things that our father instilled in us early on was the journey would be a marathon and not a sprint. And so, we understand what that is. We have a project, an audio series that's out right now, and the second season is coming top of 2021, called Bronzeville. And it was a journey that we wanted to do years ago, and Hollywood said no. We found our space in the audio world in terms of a podcast, an actual scripted podcast, and it has Lawrence Fishburne, Amari Hardwick, Tracy Ellis Ross. I mean, Lamar and Lorenz. Then the list goes on, and that's just season 1, and that's still out right now on iTunes. And for us, it's that project to come to where it is now took over 10 years.
Yeah, and we're looking to right now we're in the process of making that into an actual series that people can watch, and it's gonna be super special. So on a whole nother level, man. And once again, as LaRon has pointed out, we're not waiting for permission or someone to give us the go ahead. And by going to do it as an audio series, it really opened up, because now there's a lot of studios in the entertainment industry that are looking at podcasts to now create more product
content for podcast. Yeah. And just to give credit where credit is due, for people to say no, our example of doing it, and to anybody else, is to go ahead and push for yourself. That audio series is over 20 million downloads right now and counting.
Yeah.
And that's if you built it, they will come. And then sometimes, it'll take them a minute to find it. But like since we talked, about when you did your Unsung joint, 3 people randomly, organically have mentioned the Bronzeville podcast to me. So you guys are finding your audience, and you guys are doing some amazing things, and I can't wait to see where you guys take it from here. Now, before we roll, I want to play a game with y'all called At the Same Damn Time. All right, I'm gonna ask y'all questions, and all 3 of the Tate brothers need to answer at the same damn time. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right. Growing up in the Tate household, who got the most whoopings?
Lamar.
Really? Was it you?
No.
You think it was you?
It was. I got all the beat downs. What are you talking about? I got all the beat downs.
We gotta get. We need moms and pops in it
that's one of them answers that they'd have that. Who's got the worst? Here's the better question. Let's add to that. Who's got the worst whooping? How about that?
Me. I got 3 whoopings, and I got 4 whoopings in one day.
You don't think I wasn't a part of that?
Mark was a part of that.
Real quick, hold up. But the older we got, those whoopings with the belts, because moms used to whoop us with the belt.
Right.
But then Pops, once we got older, he began to do it with these things.
Lay them hands.
Right.
Change your whole world.
Yeah.
You gonna cave their chest in. He was like, these some boys. This is how we do it. But we used to get into it with Pops, like, the full thing. And he a little dude, and he smoked everybody. It didn't matter. Pops would smoke everybody in the house.
Who caught the last beat down from Pops?
Me?
Friends.
What did you do?
Man, I was doing stupid stuff in the streets, thought I was gonna be, you know what I'm saying, running with the wrong. And he out not only because he caught me. Actually, I'm about to go. Some of my homies knocked on my door. It's like, yo, man, you need to finish this squabble with this dude. And I'm like, I bet. And I had got suspended from school or whatever, and I was going to, do my thing, and Pops pulled up on me before I got to where I was getting to. And thank God he did, because they was gonna jump me. They became my homies later, but they was like, oh, it's like 3-4 of us. We about to jump you. We was about to whoop on you anyway. But I was with the business. But Pops embarrassed the hell out of me, not only in front of the homies. He came back to the house, and we was at the crib, and I didn't know there was a function going on. Pops didn't care. I got the boop, 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 boop in front of people. Take it in the room. Boop, 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 boop. I ain't gonna be going out doing all that. So Pops made sure his sons was not going nothing. It's the Tate gang or nothing. That's how we doing it.
See? Yeah. And made steel out of all that. Steel sharp as steel. Sometimes you need that. Now, were you getting knuckled down like while you were an actor? Like it didn't ruin any auditions, did you? Like
No. I would, we was cool. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't
it was never a butt neck, bro. No.
It was
not the fake.
Pops was a wrestler, man, growing up. He was like a real, through high school and college. He was a world-class wrestler, man. So he used to put us in a couple of holes that remind us the chicken.
Yeah, we knew UFC submission moves way before UFC came out, bro.
Exactly.
He always made sure he was gonna protect the money. You know what I'm saying? With his sons, he was protect the money. Everything else going body. You know what I'm saying? We protect the money though.
But as brothers do, did y'all ever used to fight each other?
In the beginning.
Yeah.
When we were younger, that's why Ron and I got the 4 ass whoopings that we got. Excuse the language, but
I never know.
I'm the youngest, so they fought a little bit more, but we didn't all had, and our squabbles it didn't matter. It didn't matter from head to toe. It was full throttle, the 3 of us. Yeah.
And
you had to.
Oh, broke up for a second or froze. I don't know. Oh, anyway. All right, cool. So the Lorenz Tate, Lamar Tate, LaRon Tate, you guys all handsome, right? Who was the person that you couldn't bring a girl around?
Mar.
Mar was taking the girls?
It was the voice, and it's the voice, bro. It's the voice. Don't let them tell you nothing different, bro.
Mar.
And y'all voices are very similar. Did y'all ever try to act like each other on the phone when people would call?
Actually, this is what used to happen. People, so we used to have a spot together. We used to all live together at one time. We were roommates, and so the problem was when people would call for one another, they wouldn't believe that it wasn't them. Can I speak to LaRon? He not here. Man, quit playing. I know I'm talking to you. Female, can I speak to Lorenz? Lorenz not here. Why you playing, Renz? Why you playing? I noticed you. I'm like, listen.
It was worse with the female.
Me too.
Horrible.
I would just play along with it, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Man, I can imagine, man. Yo, y'all have such a lit, life, and I can't wait to see where y'all take the art, man. Yo, the movie is called Business Ethics. It drops in October. Please be sure you.
October 23rd. October 23rd.
Okay, we putting a stamp on it. October 23rd. If people want to pre-order it, where can they go right now?
It will be on iTunes. It would also be Amazon and Google Play.
Got you. And also, don't sleep on the joints they got out right now. Deuces is on Netflix. The Good Life, you could also catch that on Showtime. And yo, it went without saying, Lorenz. I knew you was gonna pop up on Power. Spotted you twice so far. Oh, you pulled up too?
We're gonna see what happens. Let's put it like that.
I can't wait. It was the coolest thing ever when I saw both of y'all on Power at the same time. I was like, yo, damn. Not only are they using their last names, they're using real family members too. I'm waiting for LaRon's role.
Right. Shout out let me tell you this. Because we talk about this. Courtney Kemp, was open when I say, yo, I want to work with my brother on it. She's like done. And she was asking also about LaRon. She was like, does LaRon act? Because I know he's your producing partner. He runs your company. I was like, yeah, he still act. And yeah. She was like, okay. Ron's like, bro, what you talking about? I'm not in front of the camera. I was like, yes, he's an actor. He started out as an actor. And at some point, Lamar and I have been trying to get, if I can get him on anything, we're trying to come back out.
I'm going to show up. I'm going to show up, but I got to show out.
Once and always.
You took your way out of a sex scene. You know how they get down on Power. You would have having sex with those ghosts or something. There would have been something there for you.
Yeah.
Just for the
Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Yo, man, y'all brothers is live, man. I appreciate y'all time and y'all energy, continued success. And if there's ever anything we could do for you on the Morning Hustle, Headkrack After Hours, whatever platform, we got you 1,000%, man. Keep telling our stories and keep representing the culture well, brothers.
We appreciate
you so much, man. Blessings.
Bless up, man. Peace.
Peace.